All right, we are back. We are back. We are surviving the ice storms. Hopefully, you're safe in the area where you live and weather is not too bad. I am Montana Max, and we're back another day, another delicious recipe here on Kitsch.com, the food network for a new generation. With me, as always, is the fabulous and illustrious Kansas City Jen, monitoring that chat, keeping everything in line, keeping the show rolling. Say hi, babe.
Hi.
There she is, one of the awesome features right here. You can see Jen's beautiful smiling face right there on the chef's table, which you're welcome to join at any time. You can join with or without video, and we can hear your audio right there. I'm going to see if I remembered. I always forget to turn the volume up. Let's turn that volume up and make sure we got that rocking and rolling. We should be good. And you can join us right there at any time. Have your questions answered live. And if you do have a question, I'm rambling on, show them what to do, babe. Bing, right there. That little ding will alert me that you have a pressing issue that we need to resolve, and we will take care of that post haste. Also, if you're feeling more just like getting your keyboard warrior chat on right over here on this side, we do have as well streaming chat there that Jen will alert me if there's messages in there, of course. We are coming to you live from the Ozark Mountains right here. And if this is your first time in the kitchen with us, welcome. This is our home kitchen. We're in a tiny home perched on a mountain top, and we absolutely love calling this place home. But let's give you a quick spin around the kitchen here, and then we'll jump right into our recipe. As you can see right here, you can get all that above angle action right there in the corner, and we will be doing this recipe today in one pot, or one skillet, large skillet, a skapop, and you can see that right there. Do you not like skapop?
I don't even know what that is.
That's a skillet pot combo. It's a skapop.
Oh, it's a made up Montana word.
Yes. I just made it up just now. You heard it
I
here
like
first on
I like
Kitsch.
it.
We're going to be using our skapop today to
Oh
cook
my
our meal. And all you need is one skapop to do it. And now I know what you're thinking. You're saying, Montana Max, I'm watching on my mobile device, and that is awfully tiny for me to see. Don't worry, we've got you covered. Let's flip it on over. And there is our aerial angle. We've got some beautiful chicken garlic sausages here that we're going to be working with in a minute. And all of our beautiful stuff happening right there. We can also give it to you on that side angle to show you everything we're doing. Hello. And of course, I am Montana Max Barbecue. We do a plethora of outdoor cooking. The weather hasn't been working with us so much. Hopefully this weekend it will, but you can see there is our outdoor cooking arena. We got some lovely snow and ice and all things fun here in the Ozark Mountains today. Hopefully this weekend we can duck back outside. We did a little bit of that before the storms rolled in. But yeah, we've got all sorts of outside cooking implements that we can show you how to up your cooking game there. Don't worry if you don't have we've got gas grill, pellet grill, griddle top out there, all that kind of good stuff. If you don't have any of those, don't worry. That doesn't mean you can't learn anything from us, because we're happy to tell you how to replicate any of our outdoor recipes inside and vice versa. Isn't that right, dear?
That's right. And we have a fire pit below too. So hopefully we can do some open fire cooking too.
Some live fire cooking is always fun. Let's bring it on back to the kitchen now. And if you follow us on Instagram or YouTube, you will see that we did get our hydroponic garden planted last night. We'll be talking more about that. Not much to see right now, as the seedlings have just received their first watering, but it's quite the impressive system. And you can get a sneak peek of that on both our Instagram and our YouTube in our shorts and reels. And there's a link to our Instagram as well as our Facebook and all that kind of stuff right below the video here that you can join and check out all sorts of different content across all of our platforms, including our website, www.montanamaxbbq.com. That's right, .com. You did it. You nailed it. Perfect pitch. There we go. All right, let's get into this. Let's go. Let's talk about ingredients that we need for today's recipe. Oh, by the way, somebody asked yesterday if we post our meatball recipe. That is attached to the video and under our recipes now here on Kitsch.com as well. So if you feel like making some Mediterranean meatballs, we got you covered there. We've got, let's flip it over to the above. That's the side. Let's go above. There we go. Of course, we've got some beautiful chicken garlic sausages here. We're going to be cooking up in just a minute. Separate cutting board for our meats. We've got some lovely parsley. We've got a whole dish right here of everything we need. We've got a little lemon. We've got some garlic. We've got some onion. And we've got broccolini. We're going to use a little bit of our tomatoes that we prepped up yesterday on the finish there, you know, all that good stuff. And we have a few leftover mushrooms. This is a great recipe if you have leftover items in your fridge. You can just add it into that one skapop. I'm going to do it all day.
No.
All day.
You're going to confuse people.
No. Pearl couscous. Originally, this recipe, we were going to use orzo. I did make it out a couple days ago to the grocery store, and there was no orzo. So we're going to substitute couscous. If you want to do this with orzo, it's the exact same method. They're just different, all right? Couscous, pearl grain, orzo is a pasta, but they both cook very similarly. So if you want to make that substitution, by all means. I know some people that have that eagle eye were like, did you change the title, Montana Max? It said orzo 2 days ago. It did, and I did switch it because that's what we have available is beautiful pearl couscous. But either way, it'll work just fine for you. Easy substitution to make. Let's start rupping. Let's start prepping. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's go. Oh, yeah, we also have some Parmesan cheese here and some chicken broth as well. But let's go ahead, get our ingredients going. And we've got onion. Flip that over to the cutting board. And before I get too far gone, let's get our pan hot, okay? Hot pan, cooking, medium heat. We'll get that warmed up there. And I'll get a little olive oil in there. Let's get that. So when we're ready, okay?
Jesse James says, hello, Outlaw fam. Sorry I'm late to class. What are we learning today?
Jesse James, how are you, my friend? What we are doing today is an amazing chicken couscous, one skapop. That's the word of the day, skapop. It's a skillet in a pot. It's a skapop. And we're going to show you how to do that with some beautiful broccolini and a variety of things. So one dish meal, filling, warm, delicious, all those wonderful things coming together today. Super easy. And we're just going to build layers of flavor as we go. Step one, let's get our onion. Let's take off that end right there. And we are composting, by the way. I know we've talked about this quite a bit, but there's a little compost bucket that says compost. So I know that that's compost. And we are going to turn that into beautiful soil for our outdoor growing season. All right, so we've got our onion here, and we are going to go ahead and dice this up. Keeping the root end on there just to keep everything together. We will remove that momentarily, but when we're working with an onion, it works really nicely to keep that root end on there. So when we're chopping, dicing, slicing, julienning in 17 different ways, I'm going to go straight Ron Popeil here. It keeps our onion together. Now that we've cut it, even slices there, let's come back across the top and slice that down. We've got some nice, beautiful dices here. Don't have to be perfect. They're going to be one of the first things that go into the pan and start cooking down. But we want relatively consistent slices, right? There we go. That's some beautiful onion action right there. And the root end, let's go ahead and discard that into the compost bin. Step one, we're off to the races. We're cooking. And you're here with us on kitsch.com with our celebrity guest, Jesse James. All right. This is, we've got some garlic sausage that we're going to be using here in a minute. And I just lost one of my, we're going to add, this is going to be a garlicky, cheesy, deliciously, vegetable-y medley of flavor here. And we've got a couple beautiful garlic bulbs here right in our hand. Let's flip this over, give you that bird's eye perspective once again. And our garlic roller, this is such a simple machine. I love this thing. Whoop. The easiest way to take care of garlic, I'm telling you. Garlic presses work really nicely too, but I kind of find them a pain to clean up, so I prefer this method. But just rolling it in there, look at that. Pops off that husk. That one needs a little bit more love, but there we go. We're going to go ahead and get that garlic peel out of the way. And we're going to break down this garlic here as well, okay? There we go. Just a little rolling. They see me rolling. It's garlic.
It's like magic.
It is like magic. Ooh, this garlic's got like extra hidden garlic in it. But there we go. We got all of our peel out. That easy. Let's go ahead and get that off the cutting board. We don't want any of that peel to make it into our dish here. So we're going to clean that out. Into the compost it goes. And now we can get our garlic prepped up and ready to go as well. Now I got some bonus garlic in here. So I'm going to go ahead. We don't want to overdo it, right? If you love garlic, double it up, add 4 cloves. We got garlic sausage and we're adding some fresh garlic. So I don't want to overdo it too much. So we're going to just go with that. Removing the woody tip. Here we go. Just taking our knife and getting that out of there. Another inedible piece that we really don't want. We're just going to press that down with the flat side of our chef's knife.
I think Jesse James is flattered by you calling him a celebrity.
Well, he is.
He says, "Oh, stop it."
What was such a humble outlaw? Such a
Yes.
humble outlaw. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to mince this garlic down real quickly here. Keeping our fingers out of the way, making quick work of it, but focused on what we're doing because this is a little bit finer knife work, right? So we're just going to be careful there. And we'll come back over the top. Ooh, and I can smell that freshness already. We're off to the races. We're doing real well. Okay, bunch of garlic right there, ready to go. Let's go ahead. I'm a big advocate. You've heard me say it once. You've heard me say it again. And if you continue to watch us, you'll hear me say it quite a bit. But I'm a big advocate of getting essentially all of our prep work, as much as we can, out of the way. So when we move over to the skapop back here and start working in there, we're not, oh, I forgot to prep this, or I forgot to cut this, or I didn't get this out of the fridge. Try to get as much as we can ready to go here, right? So that way, when it comes to the action of cooking, we got some beautiful mushrooms here. Like I said, these were left over from a different recipe, but perfect for this meal. Throw them in there. Great way to not waste produce in your fridge before it turns, right? These one pot skapop meals.
Some of these things, if you're having company, you could even prep some of your vegetables the night before, so you don't have to do all that. If you're
then you
cooking
just
for
grabbing
people.
and throwing and going. That's the beauty of these one pot meals, or one skillet, or skapop. We need a little counter in the corner of the screen that counts every time I say skapop in this episode. All right, mushrooms ready to go. We do have some fresh tomato, but we can wait on that a little bit. And we have one last thing that we're going to prep here. We're actually going to slice this sausage down. So I'm going to get a separate knife here. We're going to leave that for all of our vegitude. And I'm going to grab, that is a bit of an aggressive blade for this. Let's go ahead and grab our Santoku knife. Japanese chef knife is what that is.
I don't think vegitude is a word either.
It is today.
Could be wrong, but
it is today.
I've never heard it.
Coining, I'm changing the industry one skapop at a time. All right, and we're going to go ahead and slice through these right here. We're going to slice them at a little bit of an angle. You can also do it like this to get them at an angle, a little bit easier, versus trying to do your blade at a 45-degree angle like I was doing there initially. You can just slice just like that. And we're going to go ahead and slice all these down, okay? Nice and easy, even consistent sizes here. This is going to be about a 1/4 inch slices that I'm doing on these. Absolutely wunderbar. You can do this with any sort of sausage that you like. We're using a chicken garlic spinach herby sausage here, but if you wanted to do kielbasa or anything like that, by all means, you can definitely vary up all these recipes that we do on the show here. Play with your food. Have fun. That's what it's all about, right?
And share your ideas.
Yeah, and share your ideas. That's, you know.
Yeah, if you try one of our recipes, definitely post it so we can see pictures.
Yeah, you
Post
can
it,
share
tag
if you
us.
share it on Instagram or Facebook or something. We love to see what you're cooking. Just tag us, and that way I'll get a little notification, and it'll be like, oh, somebody made something awesome. Let's check it out, right?
Jesse James says outlaws have their own language.
Yes. Thank you. Somebody backing me up here. There we go. All right. So that's the bulk of our prep work is done here. Let's flip it on back to the main screen. Have a little drink of coffee. And let's start cooking. Pan is hot. We can flip that over there now. There we go. Pan is hot. And we are going to start right here by getting our onions in there. We should get a nice sizzle right off the board here. Oh, and we do. Ah.
Jesse James says, my mom always told me not to play with my food. Isn't that what moms always say?
That's what moms always say. All right, we're cooking. We're cooking. We're going to start getting these onions broken down here a little bit. There we go. Onions working. Now we're going to go ahead and get our sausage in there with those onions. Let's start combining some flavor. There we go. Throw that up on the big screen. What do you say, kids? Let's show you what's happening. There we go. Onions.
Ooh, look at that. You see the spinach in there.
We're building. We're building.
It's already starting to smell good.
Already. We're doing good. Give it that little shake there, right? All right, there we go. We got a nice base layer going here. We got a nice base layer going here. Absolutely loving it. Loving every minute of it. Now, we're waiting on our garlic, all right? We're waiting on our garlic here a little bit because garlic, very quick to get that rocking and rolling. We don't want to burn it, all right? That's the one key here. We're going to keep that moving in the pan. Keep it agitated, keep it going, get all those sides, get all that flavor going. I love it. The mushrooms are going to be our next step here, and I'm going to pull out a measuring cup, okay? And we're going to do about a cup of couscous here, pearl couscous, all right? Once again, you can easily, same exact methodology. If you're cooking orzo, it's just a pasta versus a grain, okay? But very similar. They both absorb very similarly as well. Similarly, is that a word?
Yes,
Their grammar, please.
That would be a word.
Okay, just checking. Oh, yeah. We're doing good. I'm smelling it. We're going to get that 1 cup, and then we're going to cook with chicken broth with our absorption factor here. That's a nice thing about working with orzo or couscous. We can do that all in one pot. We don't have to have a separate pot because of the way it absorbs, right? So we don't have to cook it like rice or whatever. We can cook it in with all of our ingredients, meld all those flavors together, right? Let's add a little seasoning here. Let's do a little Mountain Magic, just a dusting here, a little Montana Max Mountain Magic. Building layers of flavor, great base layer. We've been using it all the time.
Jesse James has a question.
Let's go.
Let's see if you know your science, Max. Why do vegetables take longer to cook than protein?
Why do vegetables
take longer to cook than protein?
Take longer to cook than protein.
I don't think that's even the case all the time.
Not all the time. I mean, there's exceptions to every rule, right? But with onions, things, it's primarily the strong cellular wall, the rigidity of the cellular walls that require more time to break down than protein does. Now, a big piece of protein, if we're talking like pork shoulders and stuff, it's a little bit different story there because it has to cook through, right? But if we're talking about this and working our onions down, that's the primary reason is we got to break down those cellular structures within the plant. Beef protein, chicken protein, those kind of proteins, if they're cut up like an onion or whatever, it's a different cellular structure, okay? Science! Let's get a little bit more olive oil in that there. Make sure we got everything rocking. Nice little drizzle there. Whoop! We're off to the races. Let's add some mushrooms.
Yay, I love mushrooms.
I do too. You know why I love mushrooms so much, babe? Because people often think of me as a fun guy.
Oh my God.
Hey! Let's start turning those in there. Now we kind of got a one-note color situation going on here. Very muted, browns, you know, kind of thing going on. That's all right. We're going to be adding pops of green and red and stuff to really liven this thing up as we go. We're going to start breaking those mushrooms down. We don't want to break them down too much, but we want to start working them out there. We're really going to get that umami type of flavor rocking and rolling. Last thing that we'll have to add to the pan here momentarily is garlic. Now we're using chicken stock, okay? We're using chicken stock, 1 cup of pearl couscous to 2 cups of chicken stock. Now, this drives Jen nuts, but being the consummate professional that I am, I don't ever measure out of these boxes. Why? Let me tell you. 4 cups in one box is the typical measurement. So you're going to use a half a box. Pour from the heart.
And go by the feel. Right? Is that
you
how
gotta cook with
you
feel.
You can't see through the box to tell how full it is still.
Oh, yeah, I can.
No, you can't.
Oh, yeah, I can.
No, you can't.
Thank you once again for joining us here on Kitsch.com, the food network for a new generation. As we are rocking our chicken, couscous, broccolini, one skapop meal. She's over there just shaking her head every time. All right, we've got some broccolini here. Let's go ahead and get that onto the board. And we kind of just got to work this so we have some even pieces here. Well, parsley, I'm not ready for you yet. There we go. Look at that. It's absolutely beautiful. Let's flip this over, show you some broccolini action. And if you don't have broccolini available to you, like in your produce section, you can use regular broccoli, right? Why not? Why not? It's a one skapop meal. All right. And we're going to go ahead and I'm going to take off a little bit here of these bottom ends. And we're going to, that's looking pretty good. We're going to separate them out so we can get them all into the pan. Use that bottom, keeping the pan moving, keeping it alive over there. We're about ready to add in our garlic. Getting real close here. I'm just going to trim these down just a little bit. Get the real hard stumpy areas off of them. So we're working mostly with the florets here. These great compost. Also, if you want to cook those through, just remember it's going to take a lot more time to cook through that very thick stump end of that there. And we are ready to go with that. Let's go ahead, come back to the stove, see how we're looking. Oh, shake, 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 Sonora, shake your body line. All right, we're looking good. Let's go ahead and get our garlic in there. Woo, getting it on my blade and transporting it. There we go. Beautiful garlic coming in. About 30 seconds or so, 30 seconds, 45 seconds to get that garlic activated. And now is the perfect time also to add our couscous. Now, we were talking a little bit about this on a previous show about adding in our rice. Wasn't it rice that we were talking about, toasting the rice?
Yeah.
Yeah. Same thing with couscous or any sort of grain, or I would do it with orzo as well. But we are going to get that in there, and we're going to get it to hit the pan before we ever add liquid and kind of toast that out, okay?
Jesse James has a question. Max, how do you know what flavors go well with each other?
Experimentation, learning from others. I actually have a book, which maybe Jen will grab me here at some point. I can show you this book that I have that is scientific madness. And you have an appreciation for science, so we'll show that. Jen's
show it right here? Oh, not yet.
Not yet.
No,
just bring her on over.
Okay.
Red Rover, Red Rover.
Right there for you.
After I get the liquid in here, we're working that garlic. We're toasting up that couscous. Both take about a minute, 30 seconds to a minute. Being very careful. This is not the time to walk away from your dish because we don't want it to burn. Okay, there we go. Bam. Let's start adding in some liquid. All right, so we're going with chicken broth here. And that is about 2 cups worth right there. Just a little bit for the homies that couldn't be here today. There we go. All right. Now, we're going to make sure we got everything off the side and into this beautiful conglomeration that we've got going there. We want all of this to work and we want it to be even, right? So we're going to go ahead and just use our spoon. Just like so. Now we need to bring this up to a simmer. So I'm going to put the lid on it there and we're going to get that rocking and rolling. Let's come on back. All right, here we go. The art and science of food pairing. I actually got this as a gift from Jen's dad. Let's flip it over to the big one. There we go. And this is a scientific book. And I'll show you right there. Yeah, science. Let's hear it for science, kids. But it's all color coded and stuff. And like here's sourdough and rye bread, and they show you different down here different ingredients and how they work through color coded charts up here as well. So they're talking red cabbage, flowering tea, pine nuts, prickly pear cactus. Have you ever thought about sourdough and prickly pear cactus? Not me until I flip this open, but that's like fun stuff to try, right? So it's a wealth of information. It's such a super cool book. And with my science, here's carrot right here. This is carrot and all the different things that you can work with carrot, from salami to ginger roots to raisins and different stuff. Boiled broccoli carrot, right? That's a standard pairing that goes back as ages old time. But that's raw carrot. They even have it in a cooked format over here, boiled carrot. So if you're boiling carrots, they're talking about plum, right? Plum, canned coconut milk, oyster. And it shows you the different notes here. There's fruity and citrus and floral and green and herbal and all these different things where they show you a color-coded chart about how they scientifically interact together. Really cool.
Really good question, Jesse James.
Yeah. And a great way to show off the art and science of food pairing, right? So and that's what I'm saying. It's art and science, right? So it's also giving you color coding and stuff like that. So when you're plating and looking at presentation, not only flavor, but how is it going to appear visually at the end when you plate this up, which is a really cool thing to think about, you know?
Mm-hmm.
All right, we've got this rocking and rolling. I'm just giving a little check. We got a little simmer working. We've got a little simmer working there. Okay, broccolini over to the side, all right? Now let's go ahead, take our tomatoes, okay? Right there. And we're just going to dice these down real quickly. This is going to be a finishing deal, a fresh ingredient, cool, fresh tomato. At the very end, we've got a very nice, warm, hearty dish. So we want some vibrance to, light it up a little bit on the palate. So I'm just going to go ahead while we're letting our couscous simmer down over there. We do have some Parmesan cheese that we're going to add in as well. There we go. This is looking lovely. There we go. Tomato is ready to go. I do have some lemon here, so we can add some fresh lemon to wake this up. We've talked a lot about the citrus aspect of things waking up. Now let's go ahead and click it back over to the stove. If you incorporate one new trick, which we've talked about several times this week here on Kitch, you can see we got some steam going there. Start adding citrus into your cooking repertoire. It makes a world of difference on the finish, whether you're using lemon or lime juice, or if you're using the zest. It really brightens flavors, especially if you have a heavier dish, if you're using cheeses, if you're using creams, heavy creams, things like that. It's a great way to elevate it and give it a little bit of lightness. All right. So let's go ahead and take a look here underneath the lid. All right, we got it up. And we're already absorbing, okay? We're doing good. Woo! That is smelling absolutely lovely. That is smelling absolutely lovely. Now is the time to start adding in our broccolini, okay? We've got the absorption process happening. So we're going to go ahead now. Get that in there. Look at that. Now we're adding color. Now we're adding color. Is that not gorgeous?
That's an easy way to steam your broccoli, huh?
Absolutely. Right, so let's go ahead and put that lid back on there. Let that do its thing. Couscous is absorbing. Broccolini is in there. Isn't that looking vibrant and awesome? Now we want it to still have some body. That's why we add it later in the cook here. And it doesn't take a horrible amount of time for that couscous to absorb that liquid, all right? Keep your liquid out. Keep your chicken stock out. You can always add a little bit more if you need to keep it going, or if you're worried about it, you're going to be good to go, okay? So let's go ahead. We're going to get our cheese ready over here because we'll be Starting to sprinkle that in momentarily as well. Let's go ahead and pull some parsley out of our cup here. Jen keeps our parsley and herbs when we have them in the fridge in a little glass of water, just like you are taught with asparagus. There we go. There's the above angle. Fresh, vibrant, keeps it fresher for a little bit longer, right? If you got the space to do that. We're going to use this as a little bit of garnish at the end. Removing the stems, and we're going to bundle that up and fold it over. That keeps everything nice and together. And then let's just go ahead and rock that blade. Just like so. Once again, another fresh ingredient that we're rocking in there. There we go. Very nice. Very nice. Into the compost over there with that. We can get our zest ready to go here as well. Let's go ahead and get some of that on the cutting board. Zesting the outer edge of our lemon. We don't need a ton. This is just enough. We're going to work our way around. There we go. Just to give that fresh essence there, we got a little bit of that on the cutting board. We'll give that a sprinkle. So when we plate that up, we'll drop that. I'll add in a little fresh lemon juice probably into the pan here as we go. Let's take a look. Now, I'm going to flip it on over. Now, steaming this broccolini should enhance the coloration as well. Woo, look at that. Look at us go. And it has. Look. Ooh. Look, kids. And our couscous, look, that liquid is being absorbed.
Just like it's supposed to.
Typical. Thank you very much. Beautiful food, right? Let's hear it for the food. Let's give the food a chance. Looking absolutely wonderful. That liquid is almost fully absorbed there. We're doing really good. All right, let's go ahead and start sprinkling in a little cheese. I think we're at that point there. We can add a little seasoning at this point too to help. Anytime you add volume, right? Anytime you add volume, you want to watch your seasoning levels and kind of adjust accordingly. But we're building layers of flavor. So we've talked about our letterbuck, which is fabulous on all sorts of proteins, but really, really wakes up vegetables. So that's what I'm going to use to help our broccolini a little bit. It's just a little dash here, just a little dash of flavor. There we go. So we got that in there.
So good.
So good, so good. And then we're going to come back in with our Parmesan cheese. Look, ha. Beautiful. Just when you thought it couldn't get any better. We're just going to start turning that in on itself. Once you get your pot up to a simmer too, you can take that heat back. We don't want to boil it. It's an absorption that happens with couscous, so we don't need to boil it. Look at that. We got some ooey gooey sticky.
Wow.
Let's get a little bit more. Absolutely lovely.
I love all the emotes. You guys are awesome.
We are looking pretty darn good, if I don't say so myself. And if I go ahead with the back of the spoon here, I can pull this over. And look, there is no liquid sitting in the bottom of the pan. Even if I tilt it, we've got full absorption. That's the key there. We don't want it stewing. We want it to absorb. We've got beautiful color. We've got beautiful cheese. And we are about ready here. Let's go ahead. We're about ready here to go ahead and start plating this up. Okay. Let's flip it back over. Let's get a plate. We've got our fresh ingredients. What's up, sweetie?
Awesome.
Awesome, she
Very
says.
excited to try this.
All right. Let's get a plate. Well, we'll use that'll work. That'll work. Let's use a red orangish plate there. That'll really be vibrant, don't you think, sweetheart?
Mm-hmm.
Why not? Why not? All right. Now, we've done this recipe pretty much all the way through. We're at 36 minutes and 50 seconds. So how quick, how easy is it for you at home to pop this out for an easy weeknight meal? Healthy,
So
full
easy.
flavor.
Not a ton of ingredients.
Not a ton of ingredients. Highly customizable. All the things you're looking for. Let's go ahead. Flip this over. There we go. Lift this up
that
here.
looks good.
Nice, huh?
Yeah.
And we're going to take this. Oh, and we've got the beautiful Parmesan cheese there. Ooh. Serve it in a bowl, serve it on a plate, serve it however you like. Okay, there we go. I'm going to find a nice little piece of broccolini right there. Right on top. Yeah, I know. You can't wait to eat it. All right. I just had a sneak taste. Jen always gets the first taste, but I just had a sneak taste, and I'm going to tell you. She's in for a treat, kids. All right. I'm going to push that in, clean that plate up just a touch. Let's finish off now. Let's add a little bit of fresh ingredients here with our diced tomato, right? We got a temperature difference. We got a raw component, and we've got a fresh component coming in there. Adds a little bit of color too, right? Which we love. That sets it off. There we go.
Jesse James says, by the way, before you go offline, I just want to say, go Chiefs.
Go Chiefs. How your tune has changed.
Jesse James says, you got me to root for them for once.
We're going to go ahead. Just a little drizzle.
You're awesome, Jesse James. Thank you for supporting our Chiefs.
Absolutely. Red Kingdom.
That's right.
All right. Little squeeze of lemon. Not a lot. We're not drowning it. Just a little bit to wake it up. And then we're going to come back in here with our parsley. Woo. We'll just go around the edges there. That'll make it look nice and pretty. And then we've got just a little bit of lemon zest right here that I'm just going to go ahead and sprinkle over the top. And that's it. Woo-hoo. That's it. How quick. Oh, wait. I almost forgot.
What?
Jen busted this out for me, and then she'll be like, you forgot to do this.
Oh.
Well, I'm just going to leave that. We'll just use this right here. And
Yeah,
if you didn't have enough cheese in there, a little sprinkle of fresh grated
little white on the top. That
Parmesan
nice.
On top too.
Super nice. Yum.
Let's flip it over to the side angle there. Fresh, vibrant, clean, delicious, warm, cool, texture, everything coming together. And if you want to do a straight vegetarian version, still simply delicious if you remove the sausage, right? You don't have to put the sausage in there, and you can still have a beautiful dish like that. You could substitute tofu very easily in place of sausage if you wanted to go a more vegetarian or vegan route and use vegetable stock instead of chicken stock. Highly customizable, every recipe, right? We all got to eat. It brings us all together. That is pretty delicious. All right, Jen.
Yay, my turn to taste. So happy.
Here she comes. Here she
the
comes.
The moment I've been waiting for.
Ready or not, here Jen comes. You can't run. I'm going to get you a fork to try it.
Oh, boy. Oh, this is beautiful. What a really pretty dish. Really pretty.
Get all those components.
Lots of different flavors.
But all working together.
Oh, yes.
In harmony.
I love it all.
There you go. Super easy, super delicious, quick to make. Yeah, I do have to get a real full taste here. Very warm.
Yes. No, you got a hot bite. You burn your mouth. Good job. Excellent. I love it.
I do too. It's
all
great.
The different vegetables combine really well with that sausage and the couscous and
built those layers of flavor, right? And you can easily do this on a weeknight, half hour flat. And we got a whole pan of this. Do you want to feed the whole family? Very cost effective as well. I mean, you can't ask for more I guess you can, but I mean, you got a lot right there. So there we go. There is our chicken sausage couscous broccolini skapop meal.
Yeah, what's the name of it?
It's a skapop. It's not quite a skillet. It's not quite a pot. It's a
Mm.
skapop. So one pan meal. So
good.
cleanup is easy as well. There we go. Thank you so much for tuning in with us here on Kitsch.com, the food network for a new generation. Lots of wonderful programming today as well. Make sure you check us out at our links below, and you can get our whole array of sauces and seasoning, including the Mountain Magic and Letterbuck, all available on our website at www.montanamaxbbq.com. We'll be posting more episodes later today, and we'll be back tomorrow here on Kitsch.com. So I am Montana Max, and this is Kansas City Jen. And as always, for those about to cook,
go Chiefs! We salute you.
We salute you. Have a great day. We'll talk to you later. Take care, everybody. Thanks again.